in Alzheimer's disease, even in early Alzheimer's disease, there is a change in the ability to pay attention to your surroundings. And most of us are not aware of the fact that we have what's called a window of attention. So even if you're staring straight ahead, you can pay attention to things that are on either side of you without moving your eyes at all. As people get older, that attention window narrows, so that in order to pay attention to things on the side, you have to look at them. So you have to divert your eyes away from the center. Young people can keep their eyes fixated in the center of the road and pay attention to anything going on in the periphery, whereas older people can't. In Alzheimer's disease, that is exaggerated, that inability to attend to things that are happening on the side. Reaction time slows in Alzheimer's disease as well. There is an age-related decline in reaction time, but it's even more exaggerated in Alzheimer's. So your ability to react quickly to something that happens that's unexpected will change as well. There are parts of the brain that control visual perception. For example, your ability to back your car into a parking space, where your brain is doing all types of computations about the size of your car, the angle at which you're backing in. It has nothing to do with short-term memory. It's a completely different system in the brain, but it does become affected as the disease moves towards those areas. So then you may be incapable of judging space, and you may sideswipe a car because you can't figure out that your car takes so much space.
I started feeling uncomfortable driving. I felt that that I wasn't quite with it all. Something would go by me and I wouldn't see it because like I was going to turn into another lane, and I always looked religiously, and then all of a sudden I hear a honk and I was over the lane. So it's I think the depth perception a lot for my eyes has made a big difference. And so I've just decided that I got to be very careful.
And with the vision aspect, I'd say it's probably, I mean, you tell me, but I think it's more the vision that is affecting you more than anything else, where that part of the brain that processes what you see, for Marty, is what's slowed down. So it's the delayed reaction. You know, something will come across, his eyes see it, but it's maybe 2 or 3 seconds before it registers. And that's the part that's dangerous from the driving standpoint for him.
I often tell spouses, if you want to get a first-hand assessment of roughly how well they're going to do, just ride with them. You know, do you feel comfortable riding with them? And sometimes I also make it more personal. Would you put your grandchild in the back seat when they're driving? And if the answer to that is no, then I remind them that someone else's grandchild is riding in some other car, and just because they're not in that car doesn't mean they wouldn't be involved in a crash.
Looking back on my own career, I got to say that I probably have not been quite as, what should I say, as proactive about taking away the car keys and recommending taking away the car keys and what have you, as I should have. So that it's only in the last few years that I've really become, as I say, very, very active about this.
What has caused that change?
Oh, just the data. I mean, the data is quite clear that people, even with mild to moderate impairment, frequently should not be driving.